1979, which they again dominated. In 1981, Manila got the chance to host the sporting spectacle. Participated in by 7 countries, the Manila Games saw the emergence of a new track sensation, 16-year-old Lydia De Vega, who won the 200 and 400-meter runs in record times. Aside from De Vega, bowler Bong Koo rode to 6 medals, including 4 golds in the same meet. As for the medal tally, Indonesia for the 3rd time walked away with the most golds, with Thailand finishing 2nd and the Philippines 3rd. Singapore hosted 7 countries in the 1983 edition of the regional meet. In this particular edition of the Games, the Philippines, for the first time, tasted a runner-up finish in the overall standings with 49 golds. Anchored by tracksters Lydia De Vega Mercado, El Mamuros, and Agrifina de la Cruz, Filipinos also ruled the athletics tournament with 11 golds. Indonesia maintained its supremacy, however, racking up 64 of the 234 golds contested. The 1985 Games saw the resurgence of Thailand. With 8 countries competing in 18 sports disciplines, Thailand had the lion's share of the 252 total golds at stake. And as what transpired in the 1983 Games, Filipinos again relied on their tracksters. El Mamuros took the captain's role as Lydia De Vega failed to defend her 200-meter crown because of an injury. 2 years later, Indonesia played hosts for the 2nd time. After losing the overall title to Thailand in the previous edition, the Indons claimed the throne they held for 4 straight times with a whopping 185 gold haul. Thailand was a distant 2nd with 63, while the Philippines was demoted to 3rd place with 59 golds. In 1989, the Southeast Asian Games moved to Malaysia. Still, not much changed in the leaderboard as Indonesia stood tallest anew with 103 golds. And for the first time since joining the Southeast Asian Games in 1977, Filipino athletes suffered their worst campaign, obtaining a measly 26 gold medals, which was only good for 5th place overall. The Games came back to Manila in 1991. The battle for the overall championships ended dramatically. Powerhouse Indonesia edged the Philippines by a solitary gold, 91-90. Swimmer Eric Buhain, however, emerged as the king of the 16th Southeast Asian Games with 6 glittering gold medals. In 1993, the Games were held in Singapore, which, again, were dominated by Indonesia. This was also the edition of the Southeast Asian Games when legendary Asian runner Lydia De Vega bid the Games goodbye with gold medals in the 100 and 200-meter runs. But it was not, however, enough to put the Philippines to a better placing than a 3rd place finish. 2 years later, the regional competitions were held in Chiang Mai, the first time that the event was held in a non-capital city. The Chiang Mai Games were an all-time high in attendance, which made it easy for host Thailand to again emerge on top of the medal standings. It was, on the other hand, a memorable and dramatic campaign for Filipino boxer Arturo Chavez, who was able to snatch the lone gold that slipped past the hands of the hosts. As early as the semifinals, Chavez had already prevented a clean 11 gold medal sweep by the hosts in boxing by outpointing his Thai opponent.